Hello, everybody. It's Monday. Being Monday, it's Spooky Places Monday. And I've been tinkering around with the spooky places and trying to come up with a better venue for providing spooky places for you to visit in hopes of seeing spirits. I'm still working on the idea, so if you have any suggestions, pass them my way. This week we'll be stopping by the District of Columbia, being that it's President's month of the presidents and all that hoopla. And in the District of Columbia, the Treasury Annex building, a woman wearing a white dress has been observed on the second floor of the Treasury Annex. Workers on the floors have reported footsteps, voices, and an occasional toilet flush after normal work hours. A late working and very startled worker reported seeing the woman glide in front of her office. As she went to report the incident to her supervisor, he was coming out of his office, for he thought he felt someone had peeked in his door. That was followed by the ruffle of a dress similar to when a person is walking. And if you go to Fort McNair, Mary Satrat, who was convicted for her part in the conspiracy to assassinate President Lincoln, has been seen wandering the building on the base, which used to house foreign officers. The reason being that the building stands on the spot where the conspirators were hung. Allegedly, she is trying to convince guests that she was innocent of the crime for which she was hung. Also, Building 21 at Fort McNair. This is the building where John Wilkes Booth was hung, even though he was already dead. He was hung in the attic of the building. He wasn't the only person to be hung there. One of the companies carrying out renovations on the old building reported all of the tradesmen on the job start very early in the morning when it's still dark outside. The carpenters there have reported hearing footsteps in the attic, and they have had something follow very close behind up the cellar stairs, close enough to him to cause him to run to the rest of the stairs to the first floor. They were also working in two of the three rooms in the attic when they noticed that looked like a fly flying around in all three rooms. The only thing is that there were no flies in any of the rooms. The rooms are small, wide open, so a fly could not hide from sight. Interesting. And in the Capitol building, the Senate chambers, a worker was sealed alive in the wall during the construction of the building, and he is seen in that building. And the Capitol building basement, there is a cat every time it is seen a national disaster occurs. For example, a guard spotted the cat in the late 30s. A week later, the stock market crashed. It was also seen before President Kennedy's assassination. In fact, I've heard that story many times. In fact, one of my first memories as a kid during Halloween, it was reported about that black cat on the TV news. Always stuck in my memory. Well, that's it for Spooky Places this week, folks. Still working on the format, trying to get everything situated, and next week I'll have a better post with some new and lively tales of places to visit and maybe a few beds and breakfasts that you can stop at and sleep the night in a haunted room. Well, have a spooky night.